Let's see what Al Rucker's got for us.
No, Jaden, look back. Jaden,
Okay,
look back.
can you guys
over
see your
here.
screens?
Look at.
Oh, oh no.
Look at it. Started raining.
Oh, no. It's all coming true.
In the sun?
As you can see, it only rains on one side in Old Mexico. We got a flash flood warning here. Of course, I see rain.
Oh my god, I think there's gonna be a flood.
I hear thunder.
Do you hear thunder?
I smell churros. I don't know what's going to happen here, guys. You just never know what's going to happen here in Old Mexico. I do know that I'm hearing a sound that does not sound like thunder, though. And they're taking pictures of something in car 3, something I can't see around the truck. Okay, he was right. It's a flash flood. Hold on, everybody. It's going to get wet. Wait a minute, that's going to hit car 1. No! Look at all that water. Look at all that water. Tens of thousands of gallons of water come right down that hill, go right under that bridge, and then go right into the bottles of water that we sell you at City Walk, everybody. Drink up. We have filmed Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, Harrison Ford and Shia LaBeouf here, music video with Lady Gaga, and some of you may have recognized that flash flood from the movie Big Fat Liar with Frankie Muniz and Amanda Bynes. Check it out.
You can't outrun the wolf, kid!
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Hang on, funny folks!
Alright, well, we have said adios to Old Mexico. Time now to say howdy to the Old West. Here we are, 6 Points, Texas, y'all.
This town ain't big enough for the both of us, Jimmy Fallon.
Well, I ain't going anywhere, Jimmy Fallon.
Now look here. Nice folks in this town don't want no trouble. They just want to check out 6 Points, one of the oldest sets on the Universal lot.
I hear this is where John Wayne and Jimmy Stewart shot a few of their westerns.
That's right. That's where I aim to shoot you.
Looks like we got ourselves a Mexican standoff. Lucky shot.
Now what say you mount up and get out of town while the getting's good?
All right. Well, I'll see you again, Fallon.
Oh, you can count on it, Fallon. And get.
This is the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
We just have to talk it out, that's all.
6 Points, Texas. One of the oldest sets here on the Universal lot got its name because there used to be 6 different streets here that filmmakers could use. That was all during the silent film days, so they could all be in production at the same time here at Universal Studios. Now, we've had a long history of some of Western's greatest heroes of all time filming here on our back lot. Here's a look at some of my favorites. One of my favorites, the Duke, John Wayne, right there on your screens, okay? But that is not his real legal name. If anyone can tell me John Wayne's real legal name, you. Marion is right, and you get a date with our driver, Kelly. Congratulations. All right. Your husband can come too. Well, now we have been to Old Mexico. We went to the Old West, but I gotta say one of the best parts about working here on the Universal lot is that the rest of the world is just around the corner. Literally, around this corner is the rest of the world. Welcome to Little Europe, everybody. Little Europe built back in 1929 for our first Best Picture winner, All Quiet on the Western Front. It's been standing here ever since. Some of you may recognize these cobblestone streets from Pirates of the Caribbean with Johnny Depp. This is the island of Tortuga. We also filmed several episodes of HBO's True Blood here. Most recently, we had the incredible Port Wonderstone with Jim Carrey and Steve Carell film here. But you can't talk about Universal movies without talking about Universal monsters. Dracula, Frankenstein, Driver Kelly, classic monsters. All started here in Little Europe in the Court of Miracles. off to your right-hand side. And they've got a little monster mash they're setting up for. As you can see, it looks like they're going to be doing some barbecue here. One of the oldest parts of Little Europe here. These monster movies have been extremely influential on filmmakers working to this day.
Think of Universal, we think of monsters.
Dracula, Frankenstein,
Wolfman,
Bride of Frankenstein,
The Mummy, The Hunchback of Notre Dame,
The Invisible Man,
Phantom of the Opera.
classic films. They're just brilliantly made.
That Frankenstein, The Image, Flathead, Holmes.
It's one of the great icons of the world.
That to me was like the essence of the Universal horror film. And I was just mesmerized by this movie.
Boris Karloff, Lon Chaney.
I remember the original Universal Studios Mummy movie really scaring me.
They still ring in our memories now. And they're all
Boris Karloff, Bela Lugosi, Lon Chaney Jr. all got their start in the Court of Miracles off to your right-hand side, one of the oldest parts of Little Europe. These are great examples of classic films that are filmed here in and around Little Europe. But we've got many modern-day projects working here all the time. In fact, off to your left-hand side, this is the neighborhood for Home and Family Home Improvement Show on the Hallmark Channel, hosted by Christina Ferrari and Mark Steinis. They have a ton of fun on the set of Home and Family, but you know, when you're working day in and day out in front of the camera, there's bound to be some bloopers that happen on the sets here in our television shows and our films. Now, earlier we saw Courthouse Square, home to Back to the Future. There's a very famous blooper that happened on the set with Michael J. Fox. Let's take a look.
Square, everybody, anybody, direct.
You can't read that. It's actually in production for a big blockbuster. It's an action film. They're taking some breaks this weekend to allow a few tours inside. This looks amazing. Wow. This is a San Francisco set, but just 2 weeks ago, this is completely empty. To give you an idea of how quickly they can work here on the Universal lot. San Francisco subway, I see a ton of lights set up for production. They've got cameras from different angles. This is what's called a hot set. Prepped and ready to go. Oh, there's even a craft service table. That's where the food is, up to your left in the corner. Free food. I don't know what that was, just go see. Okay. Hold on, everybody. Everybody is going to be fine. This is what they've been talking about for years. We have trouble to the left. The ceiling has just collapsed. Look out, we put a truck into our ceiling. That's an interesting inventory space. Okay, everything's going to be fine, guys. Just stay tuned. And we are done. This is just like a full on sound branch. It's right out. Right out. There's a ton of water headed straight for our tram. Everyone, hold on. Okay, now the only way out of here is to dance our way out. We gotta dance our way out. Let's do it together. Here we go. You dancing. Okay, dancing. I'm tap dancing up here. Yes! You guys. Give these guys a high five and a round of applause because we just survived an earthquake. The big one. That is what an 8.3 earthquake would feel like. Can you believe it? Featured in an episode of Bones with Emily Deschanel and David Boreanaz very recently. Now, you know what we're going to do right now? We're just in an earthquake. I think it's time for a break. But that's alright. Let's take a little vacay together. Cool? We're going to the beach. Town of Anthony is where we're headed. Hotel is amazing. Buffalo is delicious. The lake is on its loop. Now, we'll warn you though.
Let's even look over.
They used to have a shark fall. Yeah, it was really bad. Let's call the shark. Mary's on the dock. Sure, George is our hero off to your right hand side. Let's give him a round of applause. He's a brave guy.
See the shark?
Wait a minute.
Look. Yeah,
That's a shark fin.
Okay, we're down right
And that's
here.
George, and he doesn't see the shark. George is there, the shark is... I don't know. There's two sharks here. George, swim at the trap.
See him
George,
doing
swim at the trap, buddy. Oh, no.
Look at shark.
Oh, no. Okay. I need you to help me out.
Look right here.
And I think I just solved everybody, so we're going to get out of here. Everything is going to be fine. We're going to call someone with that office up there. No, man, we got problems. The tram is installed. The shark is now pulled the dock. Now there's gasoline supplying all over the dock. Nobody can come on this fire. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to save myself. I don't care about you guys in the morning. I'm jumping out. Bye. Take care. Oh, wait a minute. I can't look out. No!
Wanna go swimming now? Is that scary?
Say hello to Bruce, the mechanical shark, from Steven Spielberg's film Jaws.
Look at the billboard.
26 feet of awesomeness right there. Now when they were rehearsing with Bruce for Jaws, they rehearsed all the scenes in freshwater. But when it came time for actual production, they filmed all of the scenes in saltwater, like the Steven Spielberg wanted to do it in the ocean. Bruce didn't like that so much. Good doing what he's doing right now, you see him? He's sinking. That's what he does best, unfortunately. He sinks. Very problematic on the set of Jaws, also in production over a month. Now some of you may have also recognized that the town of Amity is also Cabot Cove from Murder, She Wrote with Andrea Lansbury. They've been there for 12 seasons. Here's proof. Now another location they filmed the Murder, She Wrote in is off to your right hand side. This is her garden show. This is our chicken ranch. Chicken Ranch made most famous in the best little whorehouse in Texas with Dolly Parton and Burt Reynolds. Now the Chicken Ranch and the town of Amity, just two of the more famous locations we have here on the lot. But they only rival in comparison with the neighborhood we have just turned into. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Wisteria Lane, home to the Desperate Housewives. We're going to be making two passes through this famous neighborhood so you guys can get some great photo opportunities.
If there is one thing everyone in suburbia can appreciate, it's a good neighborhood.
What the heck? Let's move that!
Very famous neighborhood here on the lot, very old neighborhood. Before the Desperate Housewives settled here and called it Wisteria Lane, this is known as Colonial Drive. It was the setting for classic television shows like Leave It to Beaver, The Hardy Boys, The Munsters filmed here. In fact, we saw the original Munsters house coming up on your right-hand side. The purple house in the corner is the original 1313 Mockingbird Lane for the Munsters. Also had several films filming here on Wisteria Lane. Animal House of John Belushi, The Birds of Tom Hanks, Casper with Christina Ricci, all found here on Colonial Drive, Wisteria Lane. So many of you know this will always be Wisteria Lane, home to the Housewives. And as you can see, we have built the entire neighborhood. We saw earlier we also had the entire town of Amity. Now there's a very important reason we build entire locations. This is so our filmmakers can completely control their working environment. They can make it rain whenever they want. They can make it snow whenever they want. They can even make it look like Christmas comes every day of the year. Now check it out, that's exactly what we did a few years back for Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas, directed by Ron Howard. Just up ahead, we're going to be turning into the winter wonderland of Whoville, and Terry Hatcher, star of Desperate Housewives. Tell us who lives in Whoville? That's right. Who's live there, you guys? Raise your hands if you guys like Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Me too. Because it's like the greatest Christmas song ever, right? Mr. Grinch. There is not there a cat and it's charming as you, Mr. Grinch.
You're a bad banana with a greasy red
Well, Merry Christmas, everybody. And should I also say Happy Halloween? Because we're prepping for Halloween Horror Nights here at Whoville. We used enough fake snow to cover 9 football fields for Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas. 1,938 candy canes, one of the largest undertakings in Universal movie history. And I gotta say, the poor little Who's of Whoville had so much more to worry about than those zombies or the Grinch. Because their neighbor was kind of a psycho. Off your right hand side, the first points out up at the crest of the hill is Psycho House, still standing from Alfred Hitchcock's classic movie Psycho. That looks so much scarier. There's zombies hanging out over there. You know, for that iconic shower scene in Psycho, they used Hershey syrup as the blood to make it appear in the correct coloration off camera. Pretty amazing, huh?
Oh man.
One of the more terrifying aspects of that film is the score from Bernard Herrmann.
There. That's the maze.
Iconic. Because whenever you hear that, Norman Bates is nearby. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, there he is. He's got his sights set on... Oh, no, not car 4 again, Norman. No.
He looks like the guy now.
Luckily, he walks downstairs very slowly. So we're good. So we don't have a car 5 anymore. We're looking for us. He lives right next door to one of the most impressive sets on the Universal backlot. This is the crash site from Steven Spielberg's film War of the Worlds. Now we are going to pause here momentarily. Feel free to stand on the tram and take pictures. Once we start moving though, everyone, please take your seats.
The airplane crash site set is a perfect example of a set that is all designed around the vision of Steve.
Put together to sit down to talk about War of the Worlds. I thought, what if the 747 goes down right in a big neighborhood? Because it's just something you don't see.
You're doing good. You're doing great. Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen, I want you to close your eyes, okay? Stay on closed.
I remember Scary Movie.
Love you, get in.
The body.
Get in.
Now that is in fact a real Boeing 747 airplane. Off to your left-hand side, ripped to pieces for War of the Worlds. It actually costs more money to transport that plane here in 4 pieces than it did for the purchase of the plane itself. And director Steven Spielberg used over 500 special effects to bring War of the Worlds to life, which is more than he had ever used in any of his other films to date. Speaking of special effects, by the way, we're getting out of that crash site. We are now headed to Special Effects Central. This is where we do all of our largest special effects sequences. Falls Lake, better known as the Great Outdoors. Up to your right-hand side is the log cabin from the John Candy Company. They do it outdoors. The Desperate Housewives used to vacation here as well at Falls Lake. Now, Falls Lake got its name because there used to be a huge waterfall that would feed into this area. That waterfall is long since gone. And the gigantic blue screen that you see in the backyard, off to your right-hand side, was built in its place. Now that is where we project all of our major special effects sequences using CGI, or computer-generated imagery. We had projects like Battleship with Liam Neeson from here, Pirates of the Caribbean with Johnny Depp, Inception with Leonardo DiCaprio. The list goes on and on here in Falls Lake. Here's an in-depth look at some other projects that are found here in Falls Lake against our blue screen. We're now going to drive into the pit. Turn the grass second. Now you can imagine for some of our projects, we fill the entire area in front of our blue screen with water. We did for Joe's the Revenge back in 1987, had a couple floats in the water, and of course Bruce the Mechanical Shark, which you can see off his brother off to your left-hand side. All scenes in production. Now guys, we've been to our front lot. We've seen our Metropolitan sets. We went to Old Mexico, the Old West. We survived a flood, an earthquake, a crash site, a psycho, a shark attack, and you guys just survived the Universal Studios tour. Give yourselves a big round of applause. Thank you guys so much for joining us here today. On behalf of myself, your driver Kelly, and everyone here at NBC Universal, we hope you enjoyed your exclusive behind-the-scenes Hollywood access and 101 years of awesome memories right here at Universal.